Hi. If you've clicked on this video, then you came here to ask the question of why. Why people younger than me, even, people young enough to still be in middle school or high school, people who haven't even gone to college yet, are trying to be YouTubers. Now you might be thinking, it's a wild dream. It's a foolish dream. It's a dream that cannot be achieved in one's own lifetime. And for some people, that will be their fate. It's sad, but there is merit to criticism in this type of regard. But there is something else to be considered too. Why are so many people deciding that this is something that they should try, at least? Why so many? Why not just a few? Well, the answer is kind of complicated, but it can be summarized as the world becoming unfavorable everywhere else. Because let's look at learning. School has been a key component of life for most countries, if not all of them, let's be honest, for decades, centuries, depending on how old the country is. Basically, for as long as the country exists. But the thing is that recently a lot of people have gotten discontented with the education system. And that makes sense because throughout this time, the system really hasn't changed that much. It's been teaching the same things, and over time, as people learn, they post their own findings, whether it be in books, online, or just through basic communication in person. Doing so makes school feel less important. And especially here on YouTube, it's going to a point where people are questioning why we need school at all if they won't change and they won't teach anything new. And the same problem is amplified in college. I mean, think about it, right? You have to get really specialized, and the classes cost tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in some cases. In doing so, people are left wondering why they should do this at all. And in doing so, they have to consider, are the conventional paths of careers even worth it? Engineering, service, banking, all that. Is it worth it? Because in college, you have to pay off thousands of dollars in debt, and that can cost you years of potential improvement for your life, just working to make sure the bank doesn't take what you already have gotten. And even if you do get the money, you're left there sitting at the job. And nowadays, in a world that seems so full of opportunity, that single job doesn't feel very fulfilling. And it's a shame because, well, it could be, but in today's world, it often isn't. And it is partially because of the way how modern industry works. You split tasks, and in doing so, the guy at the desk doesn't feel like he's doing much because he isn't. He's just doing one part of a big chain of jobs that ultimately come together to form the company's income and product. So we're left with this. Why are people choosing YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or anything that could go online and possibly make a living? Well, it's because, in a sense, there is choice in it. Because you choose what you post. Sure, the algorithm dictates how well it does, but in the end of the day, you choose what you do. And for people like me, it really matters a lot because without that choice, this can just feel very empty and pointless. And that's kind of a description that can fit a lot of the world right now. Especially now when prices are rising and wages really haven't gone up at the same degree to match those prices. People are wondering, is a wage job even worth it if one, it's boring, and two, I can't even live off of it? And when you put that together, it really becomes more understandable why people want to move to a more online-based living. And I do think it is a pretty sad way to see the world in because there are plenty of things that you could do in real life, careers, you know? Like I said, I'm an engineer fan. But even I have to admit, when I look at this and I see that, well, even these careers just start to feel pointless, I wondered myself why I'm doing this, and that is why I'm making this video, to kind of broadcast my thoughts. And well, I just wanted to know, can this go on? My current opinion? No. Because if people keep feeling pushed to go to places that leave most of the world left out, it creates problems for the rest of society. Now, whether or not those jobs will be replaced by, robots, AI, that's a possibility, I don't know the future. But it is worth noting that in the end, the future is uncertain. And in the meantime, a lot of people like me are trying to cope with that by focusing on something that we can choose for ourselves, not just some pre planned idea that the curriculum of school and college gives for us. So, now I've reached the end. That's why a lot of people like me are going to the internet. So, if you ever ask yourself that, that's my answer. Bye.